All right, everyone, and welcome back into the cave. If you are joining us live, we are going to be back with our 1997 Montreal Expos, and we are in our third month with the team. You see, our current record is 26 and 33, so not doing too good. But they're coming along, right? They're coming along, so that's an exciting thing. We will also be paying attention to what's happening in Game 7 of the ALCS as the Seattle Mariners are trying to make their way to their first ever World Series. So that'll be an exciting one. They're up 1-0 right now in the bottom of the first, but the Blue Jays are threatening. They got runners on first and second. So, yeah, a little action happening there for sure. Okay, so so we're looking here right at our 1997 Expos. When we left off, we had just gotten through the month of May. Let's kind of take a look back. So we had just gotten through the month of May. We had a tough stretch. Looks like we got about 11 wins in the month of May and then a bunch of losses, couple of sweeps there. Looking at the scores, not a whole lot of offense from the team. So that's definitely been a struggle as we go. But, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. The pitching staff hasn't been too good. The hitting has not been good at all either. So let's go ahead and actually take a look at our current situations here. So looking at our starting pitching, let's do it this way. So looking at our starting pitching, Carl Pavano, he's 2-8, so he's just on fire. Dustin Hermanson, he's 4-5. Carlos Perez is 3-5. Javi Vasquez is 3-3, and Trey Moore, who was 7-0 up until his loss right at the end of the last episode, is currently 7-1. He's been our best pitcher, and heck, he could be on his way to an all-star game. Let's take a look at our lineups and see what's happening here. So we have got just cold. Grudzielanek, cold. Widger, cold. Andrews, cold. Orlando Cabrera and Terry Jones are both extremely cold. We've got nothing to really write home about within this lineup, with the exception of maybe Vladdy. He's batting .322 with 11 homers and 27 ribbies, and probably has himself a shot at getting to the All-Star game. Brad Fulmer, he's got a .330 batting average, 6 dingers and 23 ribbies, so he's playing pretty good as well. Coming off the bench, we've had just nothing except for Mike Mordecai, who in 68 at bats is batting .338, and everyone else is just kind of, well, except for Mike Hubbard, but that's only 30 at bats. The guy's got 2 homers, though, so he's actually been on fire as we've been looking at him. Okay, so taking a look at what's going on in the league. Through 2 months, the Mets have a pretty good lead in the East. They're 8.5 games ahead of the Braves for the league lead. In the Central, the Cubs have a 3-game lead over the Cardinals. Out West, the Padres have a 4-game lead over the Giants and the Dodgers, so I think that'll be a pretty good race as we continue to move forward. In the National League wild card, right now the Cardinals and the Reds hold those 2 spots, but the Giants and the Dodgers and the Braves are hanging right in there. We go out to the American League where the Yankees have a 5.5-game lead over the Boston Red Sox. The Indians have a half-game lead over the Royals, so that's going to be a tight race as we get closer to the end of the season. And out west, the Mariners have a 4.5-game lead over the Milwaukee Brewers, who we kind of took a look at in the last episode because we weren't sure exactly who was on that team. And, of course, the American League wild card is both the Red Sox and the Brewers with the half game up on the Royals. So I think that wild card is really going to kind of really be exciting as we get close to the end of the season. Okay, so that's gonna do it for the current standings. So we've got a lot of ground to make up. We've got a lot of work to do with this team. I think the goal would probably be a wild card, maybe even just a 500 or better record would be nice if we could. Okay. And scouting. So we actually are scouting to start this episode, which is cool. So Bobby Odell. So again, we are looking for catcher, third base, and left field to kind of get this ball rolling. We're pretty solid most way around, except for first base. So maybe if we do go out and scout that third baseman, we can get somebody that can play both corners. That would be excellent. Or we'll probably try to get a first baseman in free agency at the end of the season. So we're kind of looking at that whole kind of left side of the field there. Left fielder and a third baseman on defense. Our pitching staff, as we move forward, should actually stay pretty good, should remain pretty good. So we'll kind of go from there as we go. Oh, okay. So getting back to it. So we're looking for catchers, third baseman, and left fielders. And our scouts are absolute garbage on this team. So we've got Bobby Odell right now. He's scouted 80%. He's a catcher. We know he's actually dropped a bit since we started scouting catchers or scouting Bobby Odell. Estevan Feliz, he's at 25% scouted. His potential is 95, so we'll have to pay attention to what exactly happens to him as we move through this episode. We've noticed the trend. They kind of drop. As we start scouting, they tend to drop. Reed Boyd, he's at 25%. He's also 65 to 95 potential with an overall of 36 to 66. So we want to try and see if we can maybe get a couple guys drafted that are, 85 to 90 potential. So as we continue to grow this organization, we'll have some better players in there for sure. Okay. So I'm just going to write this down real quick. So Odell, he started at an 80, or he's at an 87 now. We'll check him the next time. Feliz is at 95, and Boyd is at 95 as well. So we're going to go ahead and stick with those guys. We'll scout them another week, and we'll see what we can get. Of course, we're trying to get catchers, left fielders, and third baseman, but that particular scout is better with pitching, so we'll try to see if we can get somebody through him. And at the beginning of next season, we start scouting all over again. We start. We'll look for new scouts. Okay, so we have gone ahead and we have scouted. Okay, so we have gone ahead and we have scouted. Sorry about that. Okay, so we've gone ahead and we have done our scouting for the week. And let's go ahead and jump right into these games. So let's go to right there. That's good. Okay, so we're actually going to sim this final game here against Arizona, and we get the win. So good job. Trey Moore picks up his 8th win of the season. Excellent job there. Jeff Suppan takes the loss for the D-backs. We head into Chicago. So in the Chicago series, we're going to see Pavano, Hermanson, and Perez, and we get to see Kerry Wood will pitch in Game 2 for the Cubs, and Steve Trax will be on the mound in Game 3. So in Game 1, Pavano. Okay, so we've got an injury down in Double-A. We'll auto that. We take a loss in Game 1. We take a loss in Game 2. And we get a win in Game 3. Excellent. Good job, boys. And, of course, when we face Eastern Division teams, we will jump in and see how we do against those guys. So now it's on to Texas, where we take on the Texas Rangers. Javi Vasquez will be on the bump in Game 1. That's a win. Trey Moore back out there on the mound. He is currently 8-1 with a 1.67 ERA, and he gets the win there. So we're back to scouting now. But let's see. So Trey Moore goes to 9-1. How about Trey Moore? Wow, he's absolutely killing it for the Spos here and with these 97 Spos. All right, so back to the scouts, and let's see what happened there. So We see that Odell has dropped another 2 points, and he's now 100% scouted, so it's time to move on to another catcher. And Toronto has just tied up that ALCS game, so it's 1-1, top of the second. And again, Seattle's threatening, so these teams are going at each other here early on for sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at a catcher. Catchers, we've got one 100% scouted. That's Foster Mueller and Tate Barrett. So we know we have, I mean, are we going to be that guy who picks a catcher early in the draft? I mean, hey, we got the first overall pick. Let's see third baseman. Do we have any scouted? We've got Evan Capps scouted, 100%. Wow, Lewis Chance. Yeah, we're going to take a look at this guy for sure. And we'll have this guy go ahead and check a catcher. And he'll take a catcher around, let's say, 112. No, we'll go to Moses Leggett. Yep, scout Moses Leggett. And we'll just continue to let Reed Boyd be scouted. Okay. So we are scouting away, for sure. Scouting away. We know what we want. We know we want to get ourselves a catcher and a left fielder. And I still keep looking for a third baseman. So I played third base, so I'm pretty partial to that position. So I keep looking for a good third baseman when we actually need a left fielder. But free agency is going to open up hopefully some room, and hopefully we can get someone to want to come to this Expos team. So okay, so Seattle's got second and third now. With one out in the top of the second. So they are definitely moving against Toronto right now. Okay, getting back to our calendar. And we are on a 3-game winning streak as we head into Sunday against Texas. And we take a loss. Of course we do. Of course we do. And we're heading into an NL East set of series here. We're going to play 3 against the Mets and then 3 against the Marlins. So we'll be jumping into these to take a look. Once again, format states if we get to the 9th inning and there's a tie game, we will jump in and watch our teams go at it for sure. So let's go ahead and make our way into New York. We are at Shea Stadium. So yes, we are being as accurate as possible here in the Expos franchise mode. So if we get to jump in, we'll get to see old Shea Stadium and the 1997 Mets. So let's go ahead and make our way into this one. All right, so we've got Dustin Hermanson on the hill. And our lineup, so Grudzielanek has gotten a little bit warmer, so must be playing a little bit better. Terry Jones has not been good, so we're going to take him out of the lineup. We're going to take him out, and we're going to put in, well, we don't have much to choose from, but we'll put FP Santangelo in there. We'll see what he can do. And we're going to move Rondell into the second spot. Fulmer will bat fourth. No, let's make Vlad bat fourth. Oh, I just changed their defensive position. There we go. Rondell will bat second. Vlad bats fourth. FP, you're going to keep going down. So Bobby Henley batting .213 with a couple of pops. Orlando Cabrera has been pretty good, so we'll move him up in the lineup a little bit. And then Dustin Hermanson, of course, will bat ninth. Since we are pitchers bat here in a National League park. Okay, so that's going to change things up for us a little bit, and we are going to focus on base runners and moving the runners over. So small ball for the Expos for sure. I almost said for the Padres, but small ball for the Expos for sure. Okay, so we get a single from Grudzielanek, and Rondell White's going to come up. We're going to try to bunt him. He popped it up. Fulmer flies out. Vladdy grounds out. Okay, so John Olerud, he's batting he's leading off. The chances of seeing John Olerud lead off back then were pretty slim. So he's going to lead off. He's batting .272. He flies out. Gilkey grounds out, and Alfonso grounds out. Okay, so Shane Andrews singles to start the inning. So we get another leadoff single. Henley hits a 2-run jack from good old Bobby Henley, and it's 2-0 Spos. Cabrera strikes out. FP singles. Dustin is going to bunt him over. Good job. Grizzolanic grounds out. So the Expos take a 2-0 lead. Hunley singles. Baerga double play. McCray grounds out. Rondell flies out. Fulmer grounds out. Here's Vladdy. He reaches on an error. Shane Andrews grounds out. Okay, so we're through 2.5, and it's 2-0. Castillo flies out. Ordonez walks. We're going to try to pick him off. He's safe. Rick Reed strikes out. Olerud walks. So we got first and second now for Bernard Gilkey, and he singles in 1, and we get 1 on a strikeout. All right, so we're through 3. It's 2-1. Bobby Henley at the plate. He hit a 2-run jack in his first at-bat. He strikes out. Cabrera grounds out. FP is going to ground out. Todd Hundley hits a solo jack, and it's all tied up. Jeez. Okay, Carlos Baerga grounds out. McCray strikes out, and Alberto Castillo is going to strike out. Dustin Hermanson back. He's a pitcher. He's batting. I was going to say he's back out on the bump. Rick Reed is out on the hill for the Mets. Hermanson singles to start off the inning. Excellent job. Grudzielanek bunts him over. Rondell singles, so it's first and third. We're going to have Rondell steal second, which he does. Fulmer can't deliver. How do you get a double play? How did he get a double play? Let's go check it. Let's see what happened there. Brad Fulmer flies out to right fielder Bernard Gilkey. Bernard Gilkey throws out Dustin Hermanson at home plate. Why is Dustin Hermanson trying to tag up? Oh, for criminies. Okay. Ray Ordonez is going to lead off for the Mets here in the 5th. He grounds out. Rick Reed singles. Of course he does. We try to pick him off. Olerud into a fielder's choice. Gilkey is going to ground out. Okay. Vladdy to lead off. Fly out. Andrews strikeout. Henley ground out. So Hermanson, he's not having a bad game. He gets Alfonso. He gives up a solo home run to Hundley. That's his second home run of the game. Baerga grounds out. McCray pops up. So it's 3-2 Mets after 6. And Hundley has hit two solo home runs in this game. Cabrera pops out. Santangelo strikes out. And Hermanson is going to ground out. Hermanson's going to stay out there because he's not pitching bad. He's thrown 2 bad pitches in this game. Castillo grounds out. Ordonez grounds out. And they're going to pinch hit Matt Franco. And Matt Franco grounds out. Top of the 8th. Grudzielanek at the plate. Mel Rojas comes in to pitch. Grudzielanek leads it off with a single. We bunt him over. Fulmer strikes out. Vladdy doubles him in. Ooh, and we're all tied up. Beautiful. Andrews is going to ground out. So we're going to take Hermanson out, and we are going to go, let's see, they go left, right, right. So we're going to bring in a righty, and we are going to bring in, well, let's see. Let's see how these guys are. Bautista on the season. 1 and 2. He hasn't been too bad. High ERA. We're going to bring in Mike Maddox. Got to stretch out a little bit. Get that neck going because I don't know. I'm a little nervous about this. He gives up a single to Olerud. We'll try to pick him off. He gives up a double and gives up the lead. Mike Maddox. Sack bunt. We're going to walk Hundley because he's hit so many home runs. Baerga singles and drives in another run. Fly out to McCray. Castillo strikes out. So we give up 2. Mike Maddox gives up 2 in the bottom of the 8th. And we got Bobby Henley at the plate. Dennis Cook comes in to pitch for the Mets. Henley grounds out. Cabrera singles. That's exciting. He then steals second. Santangelo grounds out. And we're not going to have Mike Maddox hit. So we'll bring in, who did I say was rolling? Hubbard. Mike Hubbard. He's batting .394 and 33 at-bats, and he grounds out. And that's the end of the game. Okay, so Todd Hundley is your player of the game. He goes 3 for 3 with 2 jacks and 2 ribbies, and the Mets take this opening game 5-3. And we go to game number 2. Carlos Perez against Bobby Jones. in this one. We cannot get a win against NL East teams. Carlos Perez on the hill. And I'm putting Hubbard in. No, we're not going to do it. Let's see where he plays what his secondary position is. He's a second baseman and a catcher. How's our second baseman doing? Our second baseman is Grudzielanek, so let's see what his secondary position is. Shortstop. And our shortstop's been pretty good. So we're going to just stick with that for sure. Batting 260. Yeah, just go with the lineup. Okay, Grudzielanek leads off and he grounds out. Terry Jones walks. That's nice. He's got some speed, so we get a stolen base. Vladdy grounds out. Rondell White grounds out. Olerud pops up. Gilkey grounds out. Alfonso's going to walk. We're going to try to pick him. We can't get him. McRae singles, so it's first and second for Craig Paquette. Craig Paquette flies out. All right, Brad Fulmer strikes out. Andrews strikes out. Henley is going to ground out. Ordonez strike out. Baerga ground out. Castillo singles. And Bobby Jones is going to have to hit. And he grounds out. Okay, so Bobby Jones is actually having a good season for the Mets. He's 8-3, 85 innings pitched, 51 Ks, and a 2 ERA. So he's been pretty good. Here comes Orlando Cabrera to lead off. He singles to start the inning. And freaking Perez pops up on the bunt. We get him to steal second. Grudzielanek grounds out. And, okay. Carlos Perez gets Olerud singles. We'll try to pick him off. Gilkey strikes out. Alfonso strikes out. McRae. Oh, what? John Olerud just stole second base. Good for him. Good for him. All right, so Brian McRae is up with Olerud on second. Paquette, we're going to walk him. We're going to pitch to Paquette. This could come back to bite me. And no, we got him. Okay, good job. Vladdy at the plate to lead off. He pops out. Rondell pops out. Fulmer strikes out. Okay, Ordonez ground out. Baerga strike out. Castillo singles and keeps the inning alive. And we got a pitch to Jones. We get him easily. Shane Andrews
Take your base, ball 4.
is going to walk. Bobby Henley into a fielder's choice. Cabrera doubles and drives in the first run of the game. Great job there. We're going to see Perez bunt him over. Can Grudzielanek drive in another one? No, he strikes out. Perez still on the hill for the Expos. Olerud is 1 for 2. He singles to lead off the inning. He stole a base last time. Gilkey's going to walk. Great job, Carlos Perez. Edgardo Alfonso grounds into a double play. Thank you very much. And McRae flies out. So we're through 5. It's 1-0. Bobby Jones still on the hill for the Mets. Terry Jones, a slumping Terry Jones, coming to the plate for the Expos. He flies out. Guerrero, who's batting 325 now, strikes out. And as soon as I say that, he strikes out. Rondell White doubles. Good job. So he keeps the inning alive. Fulmer strikes out. So Perez still out there on the bump. He's going to face the bottom part of the order now. Paquette pops out. Paquette pops out. Say that 3 times fast. Ordonez singles. We're going to try to pick him. We can't get him. Baerga, fielder's choice. Castillo, fielder's choice. Okay, so they got the pitcher coming up to lead off the next inning, depending on what happens here. Andrews singles. Henley, fielder's choice. Cabrera flies out. And we're going to pinch hit for our pitcher. Yeah, I think we do here. No, I think we're going to steal second with Bobby Henley, the fastest catcher in Expos history. And can Carlos Perez come up big, roll the dice, and he strikes out. Carlos Perez still out on the bump. He's going to try to go 7. Matt Franco comes in to pinch hit. He singles. Olerud walks. Gilkey, double play. Thank you, Bernard Gilkey. And a ground out. So Perez has made it. Perez has made it through 7 innings. We will not bring in Maddox. No matter what happens, Maddox will not come out of the bullpen because he blows leads faster than anyone. Grudzielanek Matt Franco's still on the hill. They're going to switch him out right now for Mel Rojas. Grudzielanek singles to lead off the inning. Great job. Terry Jones, bunt him over. No, he gets a bunt single and sets up Vladdy first and second, and he singles to drive and run, so it's 2-0 Spos. Rondell White flies out. Fulmer doubles and drives in 2 more, so we're up 4-0, so they get a little help for Perez here. Andrews doubles. Oh, they caught him at home plate. Bobby Henley, can you do something? No, he grounds out. Okay, so Carlos Perez has a 4-run lead going into the bottom of the 8th.
Take your base, ball 4.
And he walks the first batter he faces. And he gives up a 2-run jack. Of course he does. You got to take him out, dude. That's some bad management right there on the part of the Fanatic. We're going to take him out, and we're going to bring in, we got righty, switch, righty, righty. So we're going to go with, yeah, I think this is a setup role or a setup spot. So I think we got to go with Klein. Klein gets a ground out, and, oh, he gives up a solo home run to Castillo and Turk Wendell. Preston Wilson is at the plate. He's batting 150, and he hits a ground out. Okay, so we're going to get to see a little bit of Ugeth Urbina in the bottom of the 9th. That's assuming that we don't pick up some runs here. So Cabrera. And they bring on John Franco in a non-close situation, and he gets the ground out, and we're going to pinch hit and bring in Hubbard. Hubbard's been our hottest batter, so we got to go with him. He grounds out, and Grudzielanek. So we have a thank you for telling me. The machine actually told me that I have Mike Hubbard on the hill. So we're going to bring in our closer, Ugeth Urbina. He strikes out Olerud. He gives up a single to Gilkey. We got to go in. We're going to jump in. We're going to go see a game. How about that? So we're going to jump into this one and see what happens at Shea Stadium here in Game 2 of this series. And while we're waiting, Seattle is tied with Toronto here in the top of the 3rd. And, oh, maybe not anymore. That is a home run for Bieber. No, I'm sorry, Bieber's pitching. That's a home run for Julio Rodriguez, and it's 2-1 Mariners. And, okay, let's get back to the game here, Mike. So we're just watching here. We're not playing. We're just watching. So we got Ugeth Urbina on the hill. Edgardo Alfonso at the plate. Bernard Gilkey is on first, and there's 1 out as we're going for the save and the win. Let's see if he can do it. So we'll watch this one as we're watching the ALCS. Pitch clock violation. This is 1997. There's no pitch clock. I wish you could turn that off. Okay, Ugeth trying to get the double play. Alfonso singles to lead off our visual here. So we got first and second now. Edgardo Alfonso delivers a big single there. All right. So Brian McRae comes up. He's batting .259. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Ugeth trying to shut down the Mets. Big NL East matchup. I mean, not really a big NL East matchup. Okay, hold on 1 second here. There's something we got to do. Sorry, pal, but we got to shut you down. There we go. Now we don't got to hear that guy anymore. Okay, Ugeth to McRae. 1-0 up high. Come on, dude. Ugeth, all set. McRae, he's 1 for 2 in this one. Ugeth delivers, corner. Nice, 2-1. So the Expos trying to take game 2 here. We had a 4-0 lead, and our bullpen has completely blew it. Ugeth goes into his windup. Here's the pitch, and there it is. Oh, and he knocks it down. Bases are juiced with 1 out. They call that a base hit. So they give him the base hit there. Brian McCray delivers. He gives a little message back to the dugout. Craig Paquette at the plate. Bases loaded. Ugueth trying to close this out. And he misses that first pitch. Do not walk in a tying run, dude. Do not walk in a tying run. He hit a 2-run jack in the 8th. Paquette did. He's trying to walk this off. Ugueth into the set. The windup. The pitch. And he's trying to bunt the runner home. That was beautiful. That's something I haven't seen on this game. I have not seen that on this game yet. He's talking to the umpire. All right, Ugueth. Urbina. Set. Wind up. Pitch. Ooh, and he gets the strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Bobby Henley loves it. He's telling Ugueth, give me that same pitch. And he delivers, and he got him. Nice. He strikes out Paquette. So there's 2 outs here. In the bottom of the 9th, bases juiced. Ray Ordonez is going to try to deliver a single here. Single probably ties this game. Anything else, and the Mets win. Ordonez at the plate. Urbina delivers a pitch. Strike 1. Nice pitch. Little change up low. Ordonez batting 160 on the season against right-handed pitchers. Okay. Beautiful. There's the pitch. And it's on the ground to third. And he steps on third, and that's going to do it. So we get the win. How about that? So we will not be swept by the Mets, for sure. Excellent job there. Orlando Cabrera, 1 hit, 2 earned runs. Bobby Jones takes the loss for the Mets. All right, so we're heading into Game 3 of this series. Now all tied up. All right. So we head into Game 3. Let's go ahead and check this one out. Javier Vasquez will be on the bump for the Expos. Dave Malicki will take the hill for the Mets. The Expos trying to climb out of that hole. 31-37 now as we head to Shea. Javier on the hill. We're going to leave the lineup the way it is. Shane Andrews hasn't been able to hit right-handed pitching. Well, suck it up, Buttercup. You are the guy. So here we go. Grudzielanek grounds out. Jones walks. So we've got a speedster. He steals second. Vladdy grounds out. Rondell strikes out. So every time we get a runner on and we try to go for the steal and try to play a little small ball, we get nothing. Olerud singles to lead off. We'll try to pick him off. Gilkey, fielder's choice. Alfonso. Gilkey stole. I thought it was Olerud again. Alfonso grounds out. Hundley grounds out. So Hundley has been destroying us so far in this series. And Fulmer is going to ground out to lead off for the Expos. We get a walk for Andrews. Henley singles. Cabrera walks. So the bases are juiced for Javier Vasquez. Oh, Mikey, what do you do here? What do you do right here with Javier Vasquez at the plate? You're darn right. You suicide squeeze it, and he actually pulls it off. He got a hit on that. He bunt singled, and we got the run. So we get on the board first. Good job by Javier Vasquez. Can Grudzielanek keep it going?
3.
No, he strikes out. Jones, he grounds out. So it's 1-0. So kudos to Javier Vasquez, who gets himself an early lead with that bunt single in the first with the bases loaded. Baerga's going to single. McCray walks. So now Javi gets himself right back into trouble. A fly out for Decker. Ordonez singles to load the bases. And now here we go again. This time it's the Mets with the bases loaded and the pitcher. And a fielder's choice. And Olerud strikes out. So, Javi gets out of a bases loaded jam in the second. Guerrero grounds out. Rondell singles.
3.
Fulmer's going to strike out. And Andrews hits into a fielder's choice. Gilkey ground out. Alfonso ground out. Hunley, and the Mets can't do anything in the third. So we go into the middle frames, and Bob Henley leads off for the Spos. He walks. We know he's fast, so we get a stolen base for Bobby Henley. We're going to bunt him over with Cabrera, ground out with Vasquez, and Grudzielanek can't do anything there. Okay, we go to the bottom of the fourth. Vasquez gets Baerga. McRae flies out. Decker's going to walk. We'll try to pick him off. Ordonez walks. We got to pitch to the pitcher. And he hits into a fielder's choice. We go to the top of the fifth now. Terry Jones to lead off for the Spos. A ground out. Guerrero a pop out. White is going to ground out. Bottom five. Olerud to lead off. He grounds out. Gilkey singles. We'll try to pick him. We can't get him. Alfonso into a double play. Fulmer to lead off the top of the sixth for the Spos. Strikeout. Andrews ground out. Henley ground out. Bottom six. Hunley with Javier Vasquez still on the bump. Hunley singles to lead off the inning. We can't get him on a pickoff try. Baerga fielder's choice. McRae a single. So we've got first and second for Steve Decker. Steve Decker's going to fly out, and Ray Ordonez is going to strike out here. Okay, so we are through six. It's 1-0 Spos. Cabrera coming to the plate, and we're going to have a decision to make about whether or not to leave Javi out there. Now, Javi had the bunt single that gave us the one run in this game, so we might keep him in. Now, Orlando Cabrera has walked a couple times in this game. Johnny Hudak comes out, and he gives up a single to Cabrera. Great, so that means Vasquez can bunt and stay in. So he sacks Cabrera over. Grudzielanek is going to ground out. Bum. Orlando Cabrera on second. Terry Jones at the plate. Can he deliver? He singles in Cabrera. So it's 2-0 now. Beautiful job for the Spos here. Vladdy Guerrero is going to ground out. So we got a 2-0 lead. Bottom of the seventh. Our pitcher still has a little bit of juice. They're going to have to pinch hit for Hudak. They bring in Matt Franco. He strikes out. Do we pitch to Olerud? Yeah, we do. He flies out. Gilkey with the ground out. So Javi has gone 7 innings of shutout ball here in Game 3. We're trying to win this series against the Mets. Rondell White strikes out. Fulmer fly out. Andrews grounds out. So we're going to bring in our setup man, Steve Klein. He gets a ground out. He gives up a solo jack to Baerga. And thank God we got that run in the last inning. A strikeout there. So we're going to have a save opportunity again for Ugath in the bottom of the ninth, unless we can get some runs here. Bobby Henley at the plate, our favorite Expo of all time. He doubles to lead off because, of course, he does. Then he steals third, the fastest catcher in Montreal Expos history. Cabrera singles him in. Cabrera's having a game. He is having a game. That's going to do it for Klein. So goodbye, Klein. We'll bring in Hubbard. Hubbard is going to hit into a fielder's choice. Grudzielanek strikes out, and Terry Jones grounds out. Okay. Mikey Hubbard is going to come out. We don't want to leave him on the mound. Let's put in Ugath. Can he get two saves in a row against the best team in the division? We're trying to win a series against the best team in the division. Decker hits a solo jack, and it's 3-2. Because, of course, he freaking does. Ordonez grounds out. McMichael is going to come out. Alberto Castillo, who hit a home run in the last game, strikes out. Okay, so it's up to John Olerud. And here's the thing. Here's the main thing right now. I've got to look and see who Steve Decker is and see what Steve Decker did in his career. So let's go to the files, shall we? We're going to go to Baseball Reference here. Beautiful. And we're going to type in our buddy, Steve Decker. Steve Decker. He played from 1990 to 1999. He was a catcher. And let's see. He played with the Mets. Well, doesn't look like he played for the Mets. But on this game, he did. So good for Steve Decker. And Steve Decker had a career 13 jacks, and he has hit 2 in this series against us. So he's almost there. He's almost there against the Expos alone. So I've done all that now. I just had to see who Steve Decker was. We've got Olerud at the plate. 1 out needed to win another game, and we got it. Oh, we got it. So Javi is the player of the game. He had 7 innings pitched, only 6 hits, none earned. So an excellent outing from Javi. So our 4 and 5 slots in our rotation have been good. Javi is 5 and 4, and we know about Trey Moore has been excellent for the Expos. So probably coming out of the All-Star break, we might see Trey Moore take that ace position with Javi second, and then we'll throw in some other junk as we go. So good game from Javi here, and he gets the win. Malicki takes the loss, and he is the player of the game. He also had an RBI. I forgot about the bunt single in the second inning that put us up 1-0. So let's go back to the calendar. So we come away from that series. We take 2 out of 3 from the Mets to make June so far pretty successful. We are 6 and 4 in the month of June. So good job for the Expos so far. Heading into a home series, we've got a home stand taking on Florida and then 4 with Colorado in the month. So let's go and see how these play out. We actually got to see some ball too. That was pretty good. So we've got it. We'll auto fix that. So Trey Moore is on the bump to take on the Florida Marlins. Jesus Sanchez, who is 1 and 6 on the season with a 5.37 ERA. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and we are going to sim that. We take a loss. Trey Moore gets his second loss of the season. And we take another loss. And we've got to go scout now. So let's go scout. So we come off 2 wins in a row against a solid team like the Mets, and then we dump 2 to the Florida Marlins. So, all right. You see our scouting so far. Lewis Chance, he's down to 93. Moses Leggett is 90. And Reed Boyd, the guy is taking forever to scout Reed Boyd. Steven Raditz is quite possibly the worst scout there is. He's got to be. I mean, this has been bad. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to dump this, and we are going to change prospect. We're going to look at a relief pitcher. Now let's look at wow. Let's look at the overall. Let's look at the top prospects. Okay, we'll look at all the top prospects here. And we are going to look for sorry about that. So we're going to look at Dan Bishop. Why not? He's the overall number 1 guy, and we're going to scout him. We're going to scout him, and we're going to see what happens there. Because why not? We're just having fun, right? We're just having fun. Okay. So let's go back to the calendar, and we're going to sim that third game with Florida, and we get the win. So we come out of that one with 2 losses as we head into 4 with Colorado. And we get 1 win. We get another win. We get another win. We have won 4 in a row, folks. We have won 4 in a row. We are 36 and 39. And we have won 5 in a row. So the team is 37 and 39. We're pushing the 500 mark as we head to Los Angeles. So we are heading into a West Coast trip. We've got the Dodgers, we've got the Padres, and we've got the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim coming up. So that's some big series right there. So let's see what happens with the Dodgers. We've got 3 with the Dodgers in LA. So we'll jump into the Sunday game. So we take the loss. We get a win, and it's another scouting day. So let's go get that over with before we head into that Sunday night game. And, we're good. So we're just going to go with what we got. Perfect. Go back to the calendar. So we've got a Sunday night game, Javi Vasquez against Hideo Nomo at Dodger Stadium. And let's go see how this one plays out. All right, so Javi on the hill. Lineup stays the same. I said skip.
Let's play ball.
All right, so Grudzielanek
Ball 4. Take your base.
walks to lead off the game. Beautiful. Jones is going to bunt him over. Vladdy lines out. Rondell flies out. Rondell has been so bad so far when we sim. All right, Wilton Guerrero strikes out. Trent Hubbard strikes out. Mike Piazza at the plate for the Dodgers, and he doubles. Eric Karros is going to ground out. We saw Eric Karros' son in the Tank episodes because I was like, oh my goodness. I don't know his name, but I was like, I think it's like Jared or Eric, Jarek, or I don't know, Jarek. But anyway, I'm like, oh my God, that could be Eric Karros' kid, and it turns out that it is Eric Karros' kid that's playing in the minor leagues. All right, anyway, Brad Fulmer lines out to lead off the second. Andrews is going to ground out, and Bobby Henley is going to double. Big old Bobby Henley. Orlando, I almost called him Oswaldo Cabrera. Orlando Cabrera is going to walk. So we've got first and second for Javi Vasquez, who in the last game we actually simmed. We saw him get a bunt single for an RBI, and he strikes out. All right, Todd Zeal at the plate. He doubles to lead off the inning. Thomas Howard is going to strike out. Alex Cora singles and drives in a run, so it's 1-0 Dodgers. Mike Devereaux strikes out, and Hideo Nomo flies out. Grudzielanek to lead off. He singles again. Terry bunts him over. Come on, Vladdy. Come up big.
That hit him.
He gets hit by a pitch. Nomo, what are you doing hitting Vladdy? Rondell White singles. So bases juiced for Brad Fulmer. He's batting .294, 28 ribs, and 6 dingers. If he grounds into a double play, I am going to lose it. And he pops out. Shane Andrews, deliver. And he singles to tie this game up. Great job, Shane Andrews. Bobby Henley at the plate. Big old Bob Henley, and he grounds out. Because, of course, he does. Okay, so we're through 2.5. It's a tie game. Javi gives up a single to Guerrero. Hubbard singles. So it's first and second for Mike Piazza. And he grounds into a double play. Thank you, Mike Piazza. We're going to walk Eric Karros to pitch to Todd Zeal. And Zeal singles in a run. Because of course he does. Howard strikes out. So it's 2-1. So we get one, they get one. All right. Cabrera leads off with a ground out. Vasquez grounds out. And Grudzielanek singles. So Grudzielanek is 2 for 2 in this game. And Jones can't bunt him over this time. So he hits into a fielder's choice. Alex Cora, ground out. Mike Devereaux, fly out. Hideo Nomo, ground out. Vlad Guerrero is going to single. Nice. Rondell White strikes out, and Brad Fulmer pops out. Shane Andrews walks, and Bobby Henley, come on, baby, deliver, Bobby. And he grounds out. Wilton Guerrero. This is a 2-1 game, bottom of the 5th. Dodgers at the plate. Javi still on the hill. And Wilton Guerrero hits a triple. So we're going to walk Trent Hubbard.
Ball 4. Take
We're
your
looking
base.
for the double play. Piazza gets hit by a pitch. So we've got bases loaded, nobody out. Karros singles in 2 runs, and it's 4-1. Todd Zeal, fielder's choice.
3.
Howard, strikeout. Cora, pop up. Okay. So not too much damage. I don't really want to go to the bullpen because our bullpen is atrocious. So here's where we are. Orlando Cabrera grounds out. We're going to let Javi hit, and he singles because he's been pretty good. Swinging a bat. Grudzielanek
Take your base, ball
walks. So we've got first and second for Terry Jones. Batting .201 with 19 RBIs. He has been awful. So we're going to pinch hit. And we are going to pinch hit with Tinsley. He's a 47 overall. Ouch. But he's coming in. And he lines out. And Vladdy doubles in 2. So we've got a game again. Rondell White with a runner on second. Grounds out. Okay. Bottom of the 6th. Thanks to Vladdy, it's a game again. Mike Devereaux grounds out. Langford So they bring in Raul Mondesi off the bench, and he singles. And we'll try to pick him off, and we can't get him. Guerrero strikes out. Trent Hubbard grounds out. All righty. Brad Fulmer at the plate. Raul Mondesi is going to come off the bump. Antonio Osuna gets a ground out. Shane Andrews grounds out. Bobby Henley. How about a solo jack? How about a solo jack to tie this up? And he strikes out. Mike Piazza singles. We'll try to pick him. Can't get him. He ain't going to steal. But I said that about Olerud, too. I said that about Olerud, and he stole like 3 bases on us. Fly out for Keros. Zeal singles. So they throw out Piazza at home plate. Thank you.
3.
Strikeout. So we've got a 1-run game still in the top of the 8th. Orlando Cabrera is going to strike out. Vasquez, yeah, he's coming out. He's got to. And we'll bring in Chris Widger to pinch hit. And he grounds out. Gruzelanek. Okay. So we are going to do a substitution, and we are going to I guess you can't do that. So we'll take him out. Widger's going to come out, and we're going to bring in Telford. Telford gets a flyout, gets a strikeout. Adrian Beltre. So they had Raul Mondesi and Adrian Beltre on the bench. That's pretty cool. And we get the ground out. All right, Lee Tinsley. We brought him in as a pinch hitter earlier. And he grounds out. Vladdy, can you make something happen here in the top of the 9th? No, he strikes out. So it all comes down to Rondell White, who's batting .261. And when we sim this guy in these sims, he has not done much for us. And he singles. Hey, how about that? Let's talk crap about him. Maybe they'll do something. So Brad Fulmer has not been good. Oh, he has not been good. And he singles. Do we do it again? Can we do it again? Okay, Shane Andrews has been the absolute worst player on this team. And you can see from the record, he's batting 187. 19 RBIs, 6 home runs. Does the trash talk work again?
Ball 4. Take your
Oh, he walks. So we got the bases loaded for Bob Henley. 224. So Rondell White singled. Fulmer singled. Andrews walked. Bases loaded for Bob Henley. Let's go in and see what Bob Henley does. Yeah, why not? Bobby Henley. Wow.
Welcome if you just joined us, John Shambi and Chris Singleton.
No, we're not going to pinch run. Okay. Let's see what he does here. Bases juiced. Top of the 9th. Mark Guthrie. Look at Bob Henley is so unknown that his name doesn't appear. Yes! Oh, what? First pitch? Well, that was garbage.
You can still feel the energy in this ballpark. What a great finish. Everyone on their feet looking for that pitcher to get the final out.
Yeah, shut up, guy. Okay, so not a bad one. We tried to make a bit of a comeback there. Javi takes the loss on Sunday Night Baseball. Todd Zeal, Hideo Nomo are the Dodgers players of the game. Well, Nomo got the win. I wouldn't call him the player of the game. All right, well. So it hasn't been a bad month. It hasn't been a bad month, right? I mean, look at the last week. In the last week, we won 6 games and lost 1 game. So that's pretty positive as we head into a series with the San Diego Padres. And let's see, they're going to have Sterling Hitchcock, Joey Hamilton, and Matt Clement pitching for the Padres in this series. We'll have Trey Moore to start us off against Sterling Hitchcock. So actually a pretty good pitching matchup. You got a 9 and a 2 and an 8 and a 4. Or I'm sorry, and an 8 and 4. They've both pitched about 90 innings. Sterling's got him in strikeouts, and Trey Moore's got the better ERA. So he's trying to pitch for a Cy Young is what he's trying to do. But this is going to be a key game. You got to win this one, and he gets to win. Does he go to 10? No, Mike Maddox got the win. Okay, so game 2 of this one is a loss, and game 3 is a win. So we take 2 out of 3 from the Padres. All right, we are now 3-3 on this West Coast trip as we take on the Angels. And we get a loss in this one. And, okay, so the Expos, the Rangers are interested in offering us a trade. So let's take a look at this trade. So they are offering Domingo Cedeno, a second baseman, for Steve Klein. Steve Klein is our setup man. So I don't know if we want to necessarily give up our setup man. Let's see about Domingo Cedeno. Domingo is a 29-year-old, D potential, 58 overall, and they want Steve Klein, who is a C potential, 25-year-old, 57 overall, but he's making $7.5 million. Domingo Cedeno, let's see what he's done this year. Well, so far he's played in 58 games. He has 198 at-bats. He's batting .227. We've got a second baseman. So I'm not even going to – I'm going to decline that. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to move on here. So we're almost through the month of June. That was actually pretty quick. Simulating that way moves things along, doesn't it? Okay, so we are in game 2 against the Angels, and we take the loss there. It's time to scout. Let's go scout, shall we? So 85% for Lewis Chance, and he has dropped significantly. But Dan Bishop is looking pretty good. He's 90% scouted. He's a 93 overall. I'm sorry, a 93 potential. So he could be anywhere between 82 and 93 and 81 to start out. So we're going to fully scout him. So we're going to leave him for another week. We're going to take a look at, so Moses has dropped significantly. So let's go back here. We're going to change up, look at another catcher here. Right around, we'll say right around the 82 mark. So what are we looking at in the 82 mark? Kent Hooley. Kent Hooley, you're up next. Let's scout Kent Hooley around 69. And third base, we're going to, well, he's 85%, and he's 87. So let's go ahead and change it up. We'll take a look at another third baseman here. We've got Evan Capps at 100%, and his potential is 80 to 95, and he's not even ranked. And we've already scouted him 100%, so we don't need to look at him. Let's see, right around the, we'll take a look in the hundreds. And there's no third baseman in the hundreds, except for Estevan Feliz, who we already started scouting, and he dropped pretty heavy. I feel like he dropped pretty quick. I don't see these guys going up. So, you know what? Let's take a look for a left fielder. We haven't looked at a left fielder. Felipe Marquez has been scouted. Let's see if there's anybody else in here. How about Rob Pratt? Rob Pratt, he's in high school. He's age 19. Okay. How about a 4-year junior college left fielder, Kareem Hawkins? 21 years of age, 80 to 99. Yeah, we'll take a look at Kareem. Let's see what turns up with Kareem. Okay, getting back to it. So we're back to the calendar now. So we're coming out of this series with San Diego, which we went 2-1. We lost 2 straight to the Angels. We're trying to close out this month of June. And heck, we might even, we've got some time. If we might be able to sim all the way to the All-Star break and see what happens. So the Angels of Anaheim, we get a win there. So excellent job there. We're going to auto-utilize. We don't really care about that. Simming right into the month of July. So we started this episode, and we were not doing too good, right? We started this episode not too good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the standings now as we have made our way into the month of July. We're heading towards the All-Star break. We are 9 games back, but we are 3 games closer to a 500 record. So that is positive. Over our last 10 games, we're 5-5. The Braves, since the start of this episode, have vaulted up the standings. So that at one point, they were in last place. They're now in first place, 3 games ahead of the Mets, who I apologize, Pop, but I kind of mentioned it in the last episode. They start off hot, and then they completely flame out, which is what they are doing. So they're in second place. The Phillies are right in the middle of the pack. They're right around 500, just about to get there. They're 42 and 43. So we're kind of battling with them for that third spot right now. As we take a look, what's important to us is going to be the wild card. It's about all we have a shot at. And we are about 5.5 games out of a wild card spot as we speak. And hopefully we can maybe make some moves before we head into the All-Star break. So let's pull up the calendar. So we've got an opportunity here, all right? And we are heading into these next 5 games with our rotation intact. So we've got Pavano, Hermanson, Perez, Vasquez, and then Trey Moore against the Red Sox. So we haven't seen any major injuries either. And knock on wood as we head into this rest of the first half of the season. We've seen some. We've been blessed so far. So Pavano, and we get the win against Detroit. We get the loss in Game 2, and Perez gets us a win. So in that series, Pavano had a win, Hermanson got a win, and Carlos Perez got a win. So he's actually improved to 7-6 on the season. So excellent job there. We're heading into 3 with Boston. And Boston has a record of 45 and 43, and we have a record of 43 and 45. With Javier Vasquez on the hill, we get the win. We are 1 game from 500, and who better to have on the hill than our boy Trey Moore? So let's jump into this one and see if Trey Moore can get the Expos to 500. Wouldn't it be great to be 500 heading into the All-Star break? A team that was struggling so mightily? Yes, it would. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I think I did. Okay, so there we go. Benjamin doubles. Noma. We got Noma Garcia Parra out there. And I can't get out of it. I did hit the wrong button. Anyway, so Noma, sack bunts Mike Benjamin over to third. So we got 2 outs for Mo Vaughn. And he grounds out. Oh, that's a great Red Sox lineup. Look at that. Tim Wakefield on the hill for the start in this one. Grudzielanek strikes out. Jones strikes out. Vladdy grounds out. O'Leary singles. Damon Buford singles. Jim Leyritz. Was he really a Red Sox? Wow, that's an interesting one. Jim Leyritz. He hits into a fielder's choice. John Valentin double play. So no score here. Fly out for White. Fulmer hits a solo jack, and the Expos are up 1.
Ball 4, take your base.
Andrews walks. Bobby Henley walks. So we got first and second for Orlando Cabrera. He flies out. Trey Moore strikes out. Okay, yeah, that's right. We're playing in Montreal, so that's why. That's why. So Tim Wakefield singles, because of course he does.
He's safe.
We can't pick him off. Darren Lewis walks. Mike Benjamin, double play. Beautiful. Tim Wakefield is on third. Noma at the plate. He walks. Mo Vaughn, can he deliver? No, he strikes out. Thank you very much. Our boy Trey Moore gets him. All right, Grudzielanek, ground out. Jones, fly out. Vladdy, ground out. Come on, Vladdy. All right, Troy O'Leary, ground out. Damon Buford, walk. We'll try to pick him. Jimmy Leyritz grounds into a double play. I'm going to have to look that up to see if Jimmy Leyritz played for the Red Sox. Hold on a second. Let's check that out. I don't have any live watchers tonight. I don't know anybody watching. But if you're out there and you're a Sox fan, put in the comments whether or not you remember Jimmy Leyritz playing for the Red Sox, because I got to tell you, I don't. But we're going to look it up right here. Going to the files. Jimmy Leyritz. Jim Leyritz played. Oh, he did play for the Red Sox. What? Jim Leyritz played a total of 52 games for the Boston Red Sox before being traded to the San Diego Padres. Interesting. So 52 games he played to start the season with the Boston Red Sox in 1998. So this said 1997 when I downloaded it, but this is a 1998, I guess. All right, so Tim Wakefield on the hill. Rondell White's going to pop out. Fulmer singles. He homered last time up, so he's got Wakefield's number. Andrews fielder's choice. Bobby Henley strikes out. So it's 1-0. John Valentin. And if anyone saw my shorts, one of the first shorts I put out, I think it was the John Valentin triple play. So go ahead and check that out if you want to. John Valentin reaches on an error. Who made the error? Who made the error? Orlando Cabrera. Orlando. Sack bunt. Good job by Tim Wakefield. That moved him over. So Darren Lewis singles in a run. It's all tied up. Fielder's choice by Benjamin. Nomar Garcia Para walks. Okay, so while we've got this up on the screen. Okay. At work one day. Now this is going back a couple years, and I just got to talk about this. So at work one day, I worked with this guy, big Red Sox fan. Okay, now I grew up in New England, and a lot of my friends are Red Sox fans, and I'd love to see their comments down below if you're listening to this. But Nomar or Jeter, and that's like the debate always, right? I mean, Derek obviously had the World Series and, all the glory with the championships and the diving catch into the stands, and he was good. He's great. I mean, I'm a Yankee fan, right? And Derek Jeter was just absolutely amazing in his career. But Nomar had some awesome years. I mean, awesome years. And the guy could really play. And, being a Yankee fan and living in New England, and you had to almost not like Nomar, but I mean, the guy was just off the charts. And I watched a little short here about him on one of the YouTube channels, and just his numbers were amazing. And then he went to the Cubs, and it just kind of fell apart. And you kind of wonder if the Red Sox kind of blew that whole thing, because he was good, and they just kind of let him sail off. Now, I don't know. Maybe he wanted to do it himself. I don't really know. But it always kind of seemed like they kind of dropped the ball with that whole deal. And, of course, they, win the World Series a couple years later. And sorry, Noma. But it kind of is what it is. So just had to throw that in there. And I'm sorry, that's a little editorial, a little side thing there. If you're wondering, too, in the ALCS, the Seattle Mariners just went up 3-1 on a big home run. So they're up 3-1 now in the top of the fifth. So we could be witnessing history here. We could be seeing the Seattle Mariners getting their first trip to a World Series. But who knows? Who knows if that'll actually happen? Okay, moving along. Mo Vaughn here. Fielder's choice. So we go back to the Expos. A 1-1 bottom of the fifth at Olympic Stadium. Fly out for Cabrera. Moore is going to ground out. Grudzielanek grounds out. We go top six. Strikeout O'Leary. Buford grounds out. Jimmy Leyritz singles. Try to pick. He ain't going anywhere. John Valentin's going to ground out. All right. So that's actually important because they're going to have their pitcher coming up in the seventh, which means Wakefield will come out after next inning. So let's try to get a run here. Jones singles. Vladdy singles. Rondell bunts them both over. Fulmer doubles in two, and it's 3-1 Expos. They want to be 500 before the All-Star break. Andrews strikes out, and Bobby Hens, let's do it. He strikes out. Come on, Bobby Hens, for Christ's sake. Sorry, I apologize out there. I didn't mean to do that, but I did. Okay, Rich Garces. And Trey Moore, he doesn't have much left in the tank. They bring in Jason Varitek to pinch hit, and he grounds out. Can Trey Moore get through one more inning? No, he gives up a single. Benjamin, fielder's choice. Do we leave him in the pitch to Noma? Oh, he gives up a single. Okay, we got to take him out. We tried, but we got to take him out. We're going to bring in Telford. And he gives up a double, and it's all tied up. Oh, we should have left him in. Oh, he's going to get the no decision. That sucks. Okay.
Ball four, take your base.
O'Leary walks. Buford grounds out. So it's 3-3 with Varitek on the mound. He's going to come out. Okay, so Tom Flash Gordon comes in. Tom Flash Gordon. Cabrera's going to ground out. Telford, you're coming out. Thank you very much. We need someone on the bench. We might have to make a trade just to get somebody on the freaking bench so we have a pinch hitter. Chris Widja. Here comes Chris Widja. He grounds out. And Mark Grudzelanek. Okay. So, Chris Widger is not going to stay in the pitch. That's for sure. We bring in Bosky. Sean Bosky against Jimmy Leyritz. Strikeout. Valentin. Singles. Reggie Jefferson. Sack bunt. Darren Lewis. Strikeout. All right, bottom of the 8th. Terry Jones batting .207, and he was the coldest until today. Dennis Eckersley. Dennis Eckersley pitched for the Red Sox in 1997? What? Dude, he must have been like at the end of his career. He must have been at the end of his career. The Eck. Dennis Eckersley. He did. He made 50 appearances. He was 4-1, and he had 1 save. Wow. So he came from St. Louis to Boston in his last year. So, yeah, he was there. Terry Jones says, welcome back to Boston, guy. We'll get a single. All right, Vladdy, singles. 1st and 3rd, bottom of the 8th, Rondell White. Do not let me down. He hits into a double play because of course he does. Brad Fulmer is 3 for 3. Now, I've noticed with this game, if you've got a guy who's 3 for 3, it doesn't end up with a 4 for 4. It rarely happens. And he grounds out. All right, Sean Bosky, hold him down. Hold him down, Sean. Gives up a single. Noma. Line out. Mo. Double. We're going to walk O'Leary to set up. Oh, hold on now. Oh, Ugueth comes in. We're going to walk O'Leary to set up the double play. And we get the fielder's choice. Okay. It all comes down to Jimmy Leyritz. And he hits into a fielder's choice. Thank you, Jimmy Leyritz. All right, Shane Andrews. He's 0 for 2. He grounds out. Bobby Hens. Singles. So we got runner on first for Orlando Cabrera. He singles. We got a runner. Ooh, we got a runner on. We got runners on first and third. We got a pinch hit, right? We have to. So we're going to bring in Mike Mordecai, and we're going to jump into this one. Would you like to enter? Of course I want to enter. Why would I even hit the button if I don't want to enter the game? All right, so the Mariners, they're up 3-1 now in the American League Championship Series. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll select the team. Beautiful. We're going to watch this one. Let's see what Mike Mordecai can do. Mike Murdoch. All right, Dennis Eckersley on the hill. Mordecai at the plate. Oh, they're playing. Why are they playing at Nationals Park? Oh, Mike, you dropped the ball, dude. You dropped the ball. We don't get to see Olympic Stadium. That's okay. I mean, we'll just say there was a mistake and we had to play in Washington. No, don't pop up, dude. What? Mo's going to collect it. Okay. That's actually pretty good. He kind of looks like him. All right, so it comes down to Grudzelanek. 3-3 game. Bottom of the ninth. We're trying to go 500. This is an important game for us. We're trying to go 500. Oh, I thought he jacked it. All right. Okay. All right.
Trying to send this to extra innings.
Yes, there you go. Take it. 1-1 count. Eckersley going to deliver. Here we go. Strike 2. No, don't swing through that. Eckersley must be like 40 years old here, if not a little older. All right, Eckersley. Let's see if he gets him. Go. No!
Tosses the first. Yep, he's out. The third out, and we're headed to extras.
All right, let's go back.
Back now, and we're in extras. A new arm.
Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Oh, I know what to do. Oh.
And he's had his struggles so far.
Come on, Mike.
You can see the inflated ERA.
I don't want to watch all this.
Right here.
There we go. All right, now we're talking. Go back to the quick manage. All right. Then we get the ground out. Lou Merlone at the plate. He singles. Lewis double play. All right, so we go back. Expos trying to win this thing. Jim Corsi comes in to pitch for the Sox. Ground out, strikeout, strikeout. So we go to the top of the 11th. Rick DeHart still on the hill. Benjamin singles. Garcia Parra walks. Mo grounds out. O'Leary, well, we got to walk him. Got to go for the double play. Buford, we walked in a run. Jimmy singles, and they're running away with this one. John Valentin walks. Dude, take him out, man. Jeez. Strikeout and single. So it's 7-3. And Steve Avery comes in to pitch. Pop up, single. So we try to make. Look, I like how they didn't change the uniforms. Look at the top left. Bob Henley's wearing a Sox uniform. It's nice. All right, a single for Henley. Cabrera now hits into a double play. So we had a good game going, right? Trey Moore actually pitched in this one, and yeah. All right, so there we go. That's how that turns out. Unfortunately, we take the loss in that one. I thought we had a chance to win that game. I definitely thought we had a chance to win that game. Okay, so Boston, we have 1 win, 1 loss against them. We're going to simulate, and we want to go check our scouts. We've got about 9 minutes remaining in the episode, and we have scouted 100% here. Dan Bishop is a 91, so let's go ahead and change prospects. Dan Bishop, you are out. We're going to look at the next number, potential 99, and that's going to be Booker House. Hello, Booker. All right, Booker. Why do I know that Booker? Oh, that's from a TV show. I don't know who it was, but I know the name Booker is from a TV show. Okay, anyway, folks. Let's see what we got here. We are, like I said, we got about 8 minutes left in the episode, and we're going to simulate right up to the All-Star game. We'll see where we stand at the All-Star game, and then we'll pick it up next week when we go live again. So Boston, we get an 8-0 win. How about that? Carl Pavano takes the win. Brian Rose the loss. We head into 3 at St. Louis. We get a loss, and a loss. So we lose 3 straight to St. Louis. We are 45-49, so we will be below 500 heading into the break. Question is, how far below 500 as we finish up these 3 games against Houston, and we get a win in that first game, loss in the second. So it is the draft. Oh, Lord, it's the draft. Wow. Okay, we're going to go into the draft. Why not? We're going to skip that. We're going to go to the draft. We're going to make our picks here live on the show, and then we'll finish up the final part of the calendar before the All-Star break, and then we'll close it out for the night. So we are the first overall pick in the draft. And we have started. And here we go. The first overall pick. With the first overall pick, we are going to select. Let's see who we scouted so far. We are going to take. We need a catcher. We need a third baseman. He's going to stay. He's not going to. He might stay around because he's not even ranked. So if anything, we might grab him in the next round. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take. Do we take a chance on Booker House? Oh, Booker House. So tempting. All right. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. I can't pull the trigger. We're going to take We're going to go safe. We're taking Dan Bishop. Yep, we're taking Dan Bishop. Thank you. First overall pick, Dan Bishop. Hopefully he turns out to be halfway decent. He's a starting pitcher. And yes, they wear Nationals uniforms because, well, that's who we used to be. So, or that's who we really are. And it's going to make us go through the top three. And the third overall pick goes to the Seattle Mariners, and they take Eloy Chavez, a pitcher. So 3 starting pitchers go in the first round of the draft. And we are going to, of course, we're not going to watch the whole thing, so we'll sim to our next pick. And let's see what we got on the board. Caps, thank you very much. We'll take him. The third baseman, because we need a good third baseman. And we will then simulate to the next pick. Let's see who else we scouted. Who else is out there? Oh, Kareem Hawkins. Wow, thank you very much. We'll take him. The left fielder. He actually scouted pretty well. Looks like he'll be pretty good, so we'll take him. So we got a left fielder. We got a catcher. No, we got a left fielder and a third baseman, so we need a catcher. That way we could say we did what we wanted to, right? And Moses. No, not Moses. Okay, what are we at here? 86. We're at pick 86, and we got to make a pick like now, and we're going to take this guy. No, it wouldn't let me draft him. Why? Oh, I dropped the ball. Did I drop the ball? No, it's not my turn, dummy. Now it's my turn. Okay. We're going to take... He's got a cool name. Anthony Glass. Thank you, Anthony Glass. You are now an Expo. Now, how come he wears the uniform, but the first guy didn't? That's kind of weird, isn't it? All right, let's keep going. And we're just going to sim the rest of it. Don't really care. We made our first pick. And exit the draft. And we'll have to, over time, we're going to have to sign these guys as we go. So that's what the next phase will be. And we're going to send this last game before we see what it looks like at the All-Star break. So we take a loss. So here we are. Well, let's see. We got any Expos in the Home Run Derby? No. So in the Home Run Derby, Derek Jeter, Sammy Sosa, Chipper Jones, Ken Griffey Jr., Manram, Nomar, Tony Gwynn, and Javi Lopez. That's fun. That's fun stuff. We might play that when we come back in just to see what that looks like. Okay, so let's go back. Here's where we stand. So we are through the month of June, and we went right up to the All-Star break in this episode. So we are 46-51. We are 5 games out of 500. 500 will probably get us right there in the middle of the division at the end of the season. So that would be excellent considering where we are. Okay, we're going to take a look at the All-Star voting. Here's your 1997 All-Star team for the National League. Rick Reed will be the starting pitcher for the National League with his 8-5 record. Okay, let's see if our guy made it. He did. Trey Moore will be an All-Star. Good for you, Trey Moore. All right, relief pitcher, Gabe White wins the voting. Closing pitcher, Kerry Lightenberg. Your catcher, Jason Kendall. First base, J.T. Snow. Second base from the Padres, Kilvio Veras. Third base from the Braves, Chipper Jones. Shortstop, Barry Larkin. Left field, David Justice of the Phillies. Yeah, I still don't get that. But that's where they have them. Whoever did that, that's where they have them. Center field, Reggie Sanders of the Reds. And, of course, right field will be T. Gwynn himself. The guy is having a season. He's batting .325 with 24 knocks and 63 ribbies. Let's go to the American League. All right, your American League starting pitcher would be Pedro Martinez. Doug Jones in the bullpen and Billy Taylor is the closing pitcher from the A's. Okay. Catcher is Darren Fletcher. First base would be Tino Martinez. Second base would be Chuck Knobloch. Okay. I don't know if Chuck Knobloch was a Yankee in 1997. Maybe. I don't know if he played second base. Maybe. Third base, Jeff Cirillo. Shortstop, Derek Jeter. Left field, Manram. Center field, Ken Griffey Jr. And in right field, Paul O'Neill. So, a lot of Yankees on that all-star team. As we, it actually shows you right there, doesn't it? So that's the starting all-star team right there. Okay, so that is going to do it for this episode. In the next episode, next week, we will be starting with the All-Star Game, the Home Run Derby, then the All-Star Game. That's going to be exciting stuff. We'll get to see what that looks like in real time here on the game as we see our favorites from the 90s squaring off in the Home Run Derby and, of course, the All-Star Game. We'll get to see maybe a couple of our Expos play in that. I think it's just Trey Moore, maybe Vlad Guerrero in the All-Star game. So, once again, I want to thank you all for coming in, joining me tonight. If you didn't get to come in live and you're going to catch this on the recording, thanks for checking in. Make sure to like and subscribe. Put some comments down below. If there's something I can do better, something you want to see, I'm all ears and all eyes. So feel free to comment anytime with whatever you'd like to know. Tomorrow night, we will be live again. I'll be doing the Chicago Blackhawks, our second episode with them as we continue on. I am working on a couple other projects as well, so you'll get to see. We're going to be working with us losing Tank. We'll be doing some tanks, some new my career stuff with the baseball, and of course, going to try to introduce something with the actual Islanders, as we haven't done anything there either. So really excited about some of that stuff. Look forward to seeing you next week. Once again, thanks for coming in. Like, subscribe, and I will see you later.